Awesome. We're ready to kick it to Chris and Noelle to introduce us the whole thing.
Are we ready to go?
We're ready.
All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for being with us at this event. I'm so excited to see all of you here. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it all week. My name is Chris Strube. I'm the executive director of the Evelyn Alexander Wildlife Rescue Center. I'm here with Noelle Dunlop, our director of development, who has done so much behind the scenes work for this event to bring it all together. It's been great. It's been a lot of work. So thank you, Noelle. We are a wildlife rehabilitation center. For those of you who don't know, we're a wildlife rehabilitation center. We are the only wildlife rehabilitation center on Eastern Long Island. We serve a whole lot of animals every year. 2,000 animals last year, a little over 2,000 animals came through our doors, which is a lot. We have a 24-hour phone line that we use to address wildlife concerns. Frankly, from all over the country, we get calls from as far away as California sometimes, people just looking for someone who has an answer to their question. So that's really what we're all about, is saving wildlife, helping people out with any of their questions that they might have about wildlife, even just, is it normal to see this bird in my yard kinds of questions. That's what we're there for. So that's what we do. And we're super, super excited to be here with the Animal Communication Collective for this event.
Great. Karen, would you mind telling everybody, or Noelle, did you want to jump in?
No, I just wanted to welcome everyone. It's great to see everyone, and thank you for your support. This is a fundraiser, and your support will help us take care of these animals that are so vulnerable right now. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Noelle. Karen, why don't you introduce a little bit about the Animal Communication Collective and the reason we're here supporting the Wildlife Rescue Center?
Why, thank you, Meredith, my co-director. So I just want to say hi to everyone. My name is Karen Dendy-Smith. Like I said, I am the founder of the Animal Communication Collective. The collective is a group of 30 plus women who are professional animal communicators. We've all been certified. We all came together through the same program and decided that communicating with animals one-on-one was great, but it just wasn't enough. The animals really asked for even more help from us. And so we came together and formed this organization where we work with rescues, shelters, animal welfare organizations all around the world, actually doing these fundraising events where we help bring awareness to our partners like the Wildlife Rescue Center. We do this 100% for free. We do this out of the goodness of our hearts to help support the animals and to help raise funds for these amazing, amazing places who are on the front line saving animals all over the world. And so it's really, truly an honor for us to be doing this. And we are so grateful that you're all here with us tonight. And our biggest goal is really to help people understand that animals do have a voice, they do have souls, and they are here to help us. And so we're so thrilled to be able to merge these two missions together. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Noelle and Chris, do you want to talk a little bit about the raffle? And just another reminder about that we're recording.
Sure. So we are going to be drawing the raffle at the end of the event, one from this very stylish bowl that I have here. We are raffling off six communication opportunities with the ACC team. And we are also raffling off one, if you're local to the area, one opportunity to have a meet and greet with our education ambassadors. So there's still time to get raffle tickets if you have not already. And also, as a reminder, we are recording this event. So if you do not want to be on screen, go ahead and turn your camera off. However, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, for the readings, you do want to have your camera on. So if you would like the opportunity for a reading, just make sure that your camera is on and that your name is also on your little picture there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, we will jump right in and introduce ourselves, the members of the Animal Communication Collective team. Karen, if you want to lead off, I'll follow you, and then we'll run through everybody.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Karen again. You guys, I said hi already, but my name is Karen Dendy Smith, and I am a founder of the ACC. I'm here in Boston, Massachusetts, so not very far from some of you in York and in the Hamptons area. I have also a background in Chinese energy medicine. I have been teaching a form called Pangu Shengong and doing energy healing work for 23 years. I also have my certification as a soul level intuitive coach, which means working with people and their spirit guides to help grow and understand themselves from their hearts and souls. And the other thing that I am also a certified companion animal end of life doula. So a lot of the work that I end up doing with people and their animals is their animal in transition and when they move into spirit. It's nice to see you all.
And I am Meredith Dollison. I am co-director of the Animal Communication Collective, work very closely with Karen in planning these types of events. I am down here in Tupelo, Mississippi. You may hear a little bit of an accent. I just love the fact that we can be all over the country and even all over the world and do this work together to help different organizations. I am a business person. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 plus years, but somewhere in my 40s, I decided to pursue some different things. I'm a certified dog trainer. I'm an animal Reiki practitioner. I'm a soul level animal communicator, as well as a soul level intuitive coach. So this is my passion and this is my love, and I'm so grateful to be here with you guys tonight. Heather Teller, would you like to
talk about myself?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Teller. I'm in Washington State, and have a pretty easy life. I'm just doing the AC right now. Animal communication is all I really want to be doing, and camping. But I also do energy management for my friends and family, such as Reiki and things like that. I have a background working in a nursing home, so I'm very passionate about helping humans deal with transitions with their animals or speaking to them afterwards, things like that. That's my main passion. So I think it's Paula's turn, right?
You're muted, Paula. Thank you so much for muting at the beginning, but now it's your time.
I did as told. I'm Paula. I'm here in Rhode Island. I'm a retired math teacher. So it's how I ended up from teaching calculus to animal communication is kind of odd, but it's what I do now. And I absolutely love it. Along with animal communication, I also work at our local zoo and take small animals out, especially reptiles. It seems to be my reptiles and tarantulas seem to be some of my favorites. And Sally, how about you?
I am Sally, and I live in Newton, Massachusetts. I was born in New York City, so not too far from all you folks. And I've been here for, 40 years, 50 years probably. Anyway, I am retired from the corporate world, and being retired gave me an opportunity to pursue animal communication full time, which is what I'm doing now. Over 30 years ago, I started studying different modalities of energy work for healing. And I became a Reiki master. And that allowed me to open up to my abilities. So in my life, I have finally had a chance to really pursue what I love, and that is talking to animals. Thank you.
Thanks, Sally. Kathy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Chenard, and I live in Coralville, Iowa, kind of in the middle of the U.S. In addition to being a certified soul level animal communicator, I also am a Reiki practitioner for humans and their animal companions. And I've also, like Karen, completed the companion animal end of life doula program. My heart really is supporting folks who have lost or in the process of losing animal companions, and also folks who are adopting animals from shelters and helping them through that transition process. My background is research, so my interest also is in being involved with research that's going right now for communication and exploring that. So I'm really excited about the future for the profession. Thanks.
Awesome, Kathy. We're grateful to have you here. And our phenomenal ACC ambassador who loves to talk about herself, but who has a very soft spot for this particular organization, Jody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jody Jacobs. I am on Long Island in Southold, so very close to Hampton Bays. And not only am I the ACC ambassador, but I'm a transport volunteer for the Wildlife Rescue Center. So as Meredith says, they have a very special place in my heart. I'm very excited for this event and thank everybody for being here and supporting them.
Awesome. Thank you, Jody. All right, Karen, let's give our guests a little information about animal communication and what it is and how we do what we do.
Okay, so animal communication, a lot of people say to us, how are you capable of doing this? And we will tell you that everyone is capable of doing this because everyone has intuition. It's, I like to equate it to doing sit-ups. We all have stomach muscles. Some of us can do 10 sit-ups, some of us can do 100. It just takes practice to strengthen your abs like it does your intuition. We all have a natural ability. It's why sometimes you know when your dog is at the door, even though that you can't see them, or you understand that your cat is upset with the other cat, even though you can't speak to them. It's why you know when somebody's about to call you on the phone sometimes. And so animal communication is very similar. The way that animals work is they are already.
Animal communication is very similar. The way that animals work.
I'm sorry, somebody is not muted. Let me just mute. Okay, there we go. So back to this. So animals communicate telepathically all the time. It's how they communicate. It's why we know we're feeling things from them. It's why when they're staring at each other or not saying anything, something's happening. They're used to sending pictures. They're used to sending emotions. They're used to tapping in at a lighter, higher vibration than we are to sense things. And so what we've practiced doing is we've trained ourselves. I'm sorry, somebody keeps muting.
I'm not able to, there we go. I'm not able to meet this person, but I'm trying.
Yeah. We are able to lighten up our vibration and allow the same types of frequencies to come into us the way that they work. So a lot of this is about allowing, not forcing. And when we get into that kind of calmer meditative state with them, they are aware that we are in their vibration and they start sending us images and messages. And so that's how we're going to be doing what we're doing tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Karen is going to be monitoring our technology and our chat, but please know that we're not actually going to be taking questions from the chat. I'm gonna tell you how this is going to go. If we call on you, we will ask you if you're open to having a reading in front of everyone here tonight. We want very little information from you. All we need to know is the name of your animal, male or female, what type of animal, dog, cat, fish, groundhog, and whether your animal is alive or in spirit. And one question that you would like to ask for your animal. We'll be reading in pairs. We'll go back and forth and get a little information about your animal's personality, and then we'll dive into the question and see if we can get you some answers with regard to that. Don't provide us more information than that. It actually makes our jobs harder. We want to be sure that the information we're getting is coming directly from the animal and that we're not influenced in any way by the details that you're giving us. We will give you a quick opportunity to share 1 or 2 points of feedback at the end of your reading. We will ask you if what we're saying to you resonates with you or makes any sense. If it does, just say yes in that moment. If it doesn't, say no. It's not going to hurt our feelings. It'll just let us know that we need to ask the question in a slightly different way to get what we're getting from the animal. And that's about it. I think that's about it. Am I missing anything, ladies? Are we ready to jump right into why we're all here? All right.
Alright.
I say let's get going. So I'll kick us off. I will be reading the first reading with my dear friend and colleague, Heather Tuller. And I will select someone from the audience. I am being drawn to Jennifer Osborne. Jennifer, are you open to having a reading here this evening?
I would be, but I don't really have, I'm good. I'm just kind of observing, so I can, and I support the Wildlife Center. So I just had a few minutes. I thought, oh, I'll definitely support the Wildlife Center and do this for fun. But I have deer in my yard. I just fed little baby deer. I have cats, but it's okay. Pick somebody else, because mine, I'm good. I'm just observing, taking it all in. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for being honest about that. Okay. Let's go to the next one that is drawing my eye. Evelyn Lubrano. Would you like to have a reading this evening?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, Evelyn, well, let's get a little bit of information from you. What is your animal's name?
It would be Clover,
Clover. And what type of animal is Clover?
a dog,
A dog. Male or female?
female,
What was that?
And male.
male,
And is Clover alive or in spirit?
in spirit.
In spirit. And do you have a question that you're going to want us to ask of Clover?
Just was wondering, am I crazy, or do I feel and see her here?
Not an uncommon question. Why don't we rephrase it to be a little bit more open-ended? Sometimes if we have a yes/no question, it doesn't give the animal the opportunity to really
Okay.
elaborate on what they want to tell us. So why don't we ask Clover, what is it? How is it that he shows himself to you? What is it he would like for you to know
That's
and
it.
recognize when he's showing himself to you in
Yeah.
spirit? Does that sound good to you, Heather? You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, Evelyn, give us just a moment to clear and connect with Clover. Okay, I'll jump right in. So I get a lot of imagery of movies and old TV shows, like a lot of Monty Python, a lot of Star Wars, just random stuff, and a lot of Bugs Bunny. The very first thing I'm seeing is, do you remember the Disney movie Dumbo? The kind of elephant waltz. I can't remember what the song is called, but it's like they're going doo-doo, 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 and all the elephants are swaying in time, but it's very slow and rhythmic, and they're working completely together as they're doing this. It's a I'm feeling like it's a soothing thing that they do for each other to show support and unity for each other. I can't remember from the movie. It's been 100 years since I've seen it, but I'm feeling a slow rhythmic dance almost that Clover's showing me as a comforting, soothing thing that he did or does for himself. Heather, what are you picking up?
Mine's coming in a different way, but it's actually also about there's an element of soothing, which is, I find interesting. Clover's actually opposite, running in my room, and when that happens, opposites, it's always purposeful and meaningful. So I can't wait to hear how this plays out. But Clover actually ran into my room, jumping, spin, doing zoomies. I feel like this is symbolic, trying to and knowing that Clover's trying to tell you how good he feels. I mean, it's just like jumping, perfect health, young, and then I see Clover rubbing up against your leg, like wanting to soothe you in a purposeful way of like trying to make you feel good, make you feel better, make you feel happy. Does that make sense to you at all, Evelyn?
Absolutely. That makes good sense.
Okay, so
So when an animal shows itself to me in physical form, it's rarely, almost never exactly what they looked like, but they show me something to give me an idea of an element of their personality that is relevant for our reading today. And I just keep seeing this enormous head, like this enormous block head. And then I see almost a bubble here, you know, those goldfish that have the bubbles on the top of their heads. And Clover's
Mhm.
saying, my brain is so big, my head is so big to contain my brain. But it also feels a little heavy, a little hard to hold up. Part of what's coming through with that for me is a lot of mental activity, and he's sort of pointing a paw finger at you, like a lot of mental activity. There's so much going on in here, it's hard to hold it up. But then he's flashing back to his body and saying, this brain, this mind is a lot. It's amazing. And physically feel the strength that it takes to hold that together. Does that resonate with you in any way?
Absolutely. Clover was a trick dog, would do tricks. It was very smart. It was a Yorkie. So their heads are a little bit big.
That's hilarious because I'm seeing a head like a Great Dane or a great big pit bull.
No,
Like
because
a
you got the
great big-
hair, you've got the hair with the bows and the ears.
I
So
love it.
yes, yeah. But she was a circus dog.
yeah, and Clover, I didn't say this in the beginning, but Clover did come into me symbolically as a herding dog. When I get any kind of herding dog that comes in my space, to me that symbolizes agility dogs that do the frisbees. And sorry, I didn't mean to be prejudiced against your Yorkie.
It's okay, I've had all kinds of, I have other dogs that have passed on that were big dogs, so.
No, it's definitely Clover. I get breeds that are symbolic of things that I associate them with, you know what I mean? So I'm just making a joke. I'm sure Yorkies are smart, but that definitely goes with the oversized brain and also his spinning and jumping around.
Yeah, she was a very active little girl.
That's interesting.
Oh, you
Awesome.
said female. I thought you
It's a
said
female. No, female.
female. Okay. Well, let's ask Clover how it is that she shows you that she is around.
Yes. I'd love to know that.
And what it is she wants you to know about that. Now I'm seeing that beeline. Now I'm seeing that bouncing off the walls, the kind of ping pong ball, the quick movements. And I can see you like looking out of the corner of your eye. What was that? Catching little glimpses.
Right.
And also I feel like you hear nails on the floors.
Yes, all the time. I have wood floors. Yeah.
And I see like slip sliding, like risky business, you
Yes.
know, running, and sliding across the floors and giggling, ha, 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 and then zoom, she's gone. Zoom, she's gone.
'Cause I have 2 other dogs now, and they always lick one spot where she lays, and no matter how I wash that floor, they lick that spot where she would lay. So that is another thing I'm very curious about. Do they see her?
I believe they always do, but Clover's just showing me like quick hide and seek, like, haha, here I am.
See
Now
that
I'm
out of
gone.
the corner of your eye quick, yes.
Yeah. What do you get, Heather?
To answer that second question about do they see her, we know that the answer is always yes, because they're so psychic. They never shut down, right? But she's answering like if I was one of your other dogs, I see her tapping like hee hee. She's like hee hee, messing with the top of their heads. So not only is she visiting them, she's, playing with
them.
in a little bit of a mischievous way, which I think is wonderful. And then as the first question, mine is also this one's a little bit softer. She actually is saying, again, she's rubbing against your leg. She's like, I want you to really she does it again. She's like, I want you to feel me physically the way I rubbed you before, however that is. I don't know if the rubbing of the leg is literal or symbolic, but that very affectionate way she would touch you. She wants you to know that she's still doing that, but also I get a knowing that you sometimes feel that, but you don't, you're imagining it, but it's really happening. And then again, with that softer side is when you're thinking about her, she'd really, she's there and she'd like for you to know, acknowledge while you're actually just thinking about her. I'm here. If you're talking to her, she hears you, she comes. She's there every single time. And she wants you to acknowledge the fact that even if you can't feel her while you're thinking about her or missing her or laughing about a memory, anything, she really wants you to bring that in as a practice to the more you, instead of second guessing, the more you just say, oh, thanks, Clover, you're here. Or oh, sweet Clover, I'm having a great memory of you, thank you. Or, you know, I'm remembering a hug from you and I can feel it, let yourself feel it in your body. And she's saying, if you do that, just every time, never question and say, thank you for being here, you'll get more sensitive when she, you know, does the other things like the scratching and all that other stuff. Does that make sense to you, Evelyn?
Absolutely.
And
Okay.
it really does feel like that soothing, that rocking, like this is a comfort that you have for each other. Well, that feels pretty complete to me, Evelyn. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much
for
Thank
sharing Clover with us.
you.
Absolutely. All right, Heather, why don't you and Paula?
All right.
Next, folks.
Let's see. Ooh. Let's see, I'm gonna go to the second page. Camper. Let's see. I'm. How about Shay Siegel? Are you interested in getting a question answered?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good enough to me. All right. Hold on. So let's get you. I'm going to drag you up to the front here. Okay, Shay, what animal would you like us to speak to today, connect with?
Bernie.
Bernie?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming male, can be female.
He's a male.
And is that what kind of animal?
A dog.
And he is physical or non-physical being?
Non-physical.
And do you have a question? Or what's your question for him, I should say?
I guess what he would like me to know about our time together.
Okay. Paula, do you think that's the question as is good, or do you, let's see.
I like that question.
Yeah, what would you like me to know about our time? Okay, so give us a moment here, and whoever is ready to start talking, go ahead and step in.
If you don't mind, I'm watching Bernie walk in I have a room pictured in my head, Shay, and I'm watching what Bernie has decided to show me. This might not be Bernie, but this is what he has decided to show me. And Bernie's looking very much like Scooby-Doo and acting a whole lot like Scooby-Doo, kind of wacky. He's running and sliding on the floor and the legs are going out. He's knocking things over. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to ask you one question because it's important with when I do a reading. Scooby-Doo size was that the size of Bernie, or was he larger or smaller?
Pretty close in size.
Okay, all right. Sometimes I get extra information when the size is way off, but if the size is close, then okay, just lucky, I guess. Heather, can you add to that?
Well, yeah, he came in not extremely energetic. He's coming in. Also, I got a big all white sheepdog. I know sheepdogs are not all white, but he's coming in symbolically as an all white dog. I mean, very lot of sustenance to him. And I mean that as a compliment. He reminds me like almost like an uncle of mine, very big guy. Bear hugs. I got the best bear hugs from my uncle. And that's, I don't know why I'm associating my dog or my uncle with your dog, but he was very male, but also very loving and affectionate. Just a very big bear hugger, and he's just coming in just confident and slow, and I just want to, yeah. So
Can I jump in? Yeah. He's just giving me, I call it a download, where you just get this information and you don't know where it came from, but you just know it to be true. That he was the fun one. And he made it was almost his job to make sure you had fun. Does that sound like Bernie?
Yes, he was very goofy.
Yeah, well, I'm still seeing, he's still Scooby-Doo to me. But he took it as an important task, that he was here to make sure that you had more fun than you were going to have without him. Okay. Are you getting anything close to that, Heather? Or are you getting something totally different?
No, actually, I forgot that about my uncle. That's uncle again. He was well known for being a yuckster. I'm talking like dress up in costumes, and also like switching the salt and the sugar, my other uncle. And I mean, he was just a hoot, honestly. It's I've never had an animal associate with one of my relatives too. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, it feels really, really in line with what you're saying, Paula.
It's almost as I can almost see a banner that's hung up. His job was to make sure that your life was lighter, that he made your life lighter. That was his whole function. And he's hoping that it's lighter now. I don't know if you have any other animals, but that was his special job for you. And why was he here in your life? That was why. To make sure that life was not always heavy, that it was lighter. Does that make sense, Shay?
A lot of sense.
I'm getting that also, like he was a rock. Like he was funny and everything, but he was the rock. Kind of something that you would lean on.
Oh, Heather, I just saw an image of Scooby-Doo, and you said a rock that you could lean on, and I saw Shay lean on him, and he walked away, so you fell over, just laughing. Go. I'm seeing him as a practical joker too. Sorry to interrupt, Heather. Keep going.
No, that's great. Yeah. I mean, because has anyone seen a sheepdog run? They are just like a Muppet. They're hilarious. So it's very in line. And I'm getting that, yes, again, he still wants you to keep that lighthearted attitude. And he's saying, no excuses. I'm still here. I'm still yucking it up. So and then he's passing you a baton, the literal girly baton that we used to see in parades. So he's saying it's your job now. You got to keep this up. And he's like this, you know, in my remembrance, if in memory of me, do it for me. And he's puffing his chest out like he knows he's all that. Yeah, I think, and I feel like that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have one other thought that he said, I got you started on seeing the fun in life and don't lose it. And did you get your question answered, Shay?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Oh, he's a fun dog
Yeah.
and he's still fun.
What kind of dog is he?
He
Or was
he was a pit bull.
he? Oh,
He was fun. He's still fun.
nice. That's great. Okay, so I think Paula.
All right, Paula, here I am, and Sally, you, okay, let's see, who shall we? I'm alternating between two people. Keep being drawn, but Janet Hopkins, would you be willing to have a reading? Oops, you got muted again.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Yes, I'm definitely interested in a reading.
wonderful.
I have a 5-year-old male mixed breed dog. And I think I would like to know, he's to me, he's hyperactive. And I would like to know if there's a way to soothe him or calm him down.
Okay, I didn't get his name.
Elf.
Elf. Elf, he's a male dog and he's alive and living with you.
He is.
And you'd like to know, let's see, you want to know what could be, what needs to be done to calm him down?
To soothe him.
To soothe him. So let's see how we can. Sally, you have a suggestion on that question?
What does Janet need to do in order for Elf to feel calmer and more settled?
Yes.
That hit it right, Janet?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Now, I need a moment to. Janet, I'm seeing a very small dog.
He's on the smaller side.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing a very small dog walk in, but it surprises me from what you had said. I was expecting another wild and crazy guy. And he's walking in so calmly and so slowly. This was a surprise. So let me see what this is about, because this is not what I was expecting. Are you seeing the same thing, Sally?
So Elf is letting me know that he's very intelligent and he needs, so the first thing that came to me was more exercise. He showed me him running around, but it's not just pure physical activity that he's craving, because he brought up to me the fact that he's so intelligent that he wants you to play games with him so that he can work his brain. He doesn't, the slowness I feel is that he's just not, he doesn't feel his brain and his body is being utilized properly.
Okay.
So Janet, does any of that resonate with you?
Well, I definitely play with him every day. He gets physical exercise as much as I can do inside because I don't have a yard. We play ball in the house. He runs up and down the stairs. But
Not Janet, not a whole lot of information, please. We don't
Okay.
want to be
But he
swayed by what we know.
yeah, he just can't seem to calm himself. That's actually the best way to put it.
He thinks he's cool. He does. He thinks he's very cool and suave, which is not the way you're describing him. He's got a whole different image of himself.
I'm sure he does.
So I'm going to ask him, explain to him that there's a difference between how you see him and how he sees himself, and see whether he has something to say about that. So she sees you as a not being able to settle, being restless. And you feel like you have it all under control. So he's showing me that he's fidgeting. I'm getting this kind of movement of his body. So it doesn't feel to me or to him that he's not calm. It's that he, again, I go back to that he's not, with his activities, he can't completely express himself. So I wonder if, other than just throwing the ball, there are, you can play treat games with him where yeah.
I've got a game that he's suggesting.
Okay.
He would like to play hide and seek.
Okay.
You go hide. Your job is to hide somewhere in the house. You know, someplace ridiculous, like stand behind the curtains or crouch down behind the chair. We don't want an Einstein game. We just want him to, and then and have him sit while you go hide and then yell, Elf, come get me, or Elf, where's Janet? And have him come find you. If somebody else is in the house, he would love to play that. He's showing me, Elf, where's Janet? And you're hiding somewhere in the house. Different room, even behind the door of the bathroom, anything ridiculous. It's a challenge to him, and it's going to get him to use his nose, and his nose isn't being used enough. He's not sniffing out things enough.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think also,
I know that's excuse me, I know that's a weird thing to say, but that's what he's telling me.
I think they have these games where you hide a treat and they have to sniff it out.
I have one of those, a puzzle.
Yes. So I don't know if you've played that with him or how often, but I would go back to that.
Okay.
And you can hide the treat. You can hide the treat behind the bathroom door. You can hide the treat down behind the chair or behind the curtains. You know, you can hide the treat. It doesn't have to be you, but he was showing me finding you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that. Thanks.
So there's two, hide you or hide the treat. Did you get your question answered,
I
Janet?
did. I did. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Sally.
I'm just asking him if there's anything else he would like to say. Yes, he wants you to know that he's very happy. Yeah, he feels it's important for you to know that he's happy in your home. And he loves spending time with you. So really it's about the two of you in your relationship. And so going back to that, he says you're kind of opposites in your personality. And he loves that, but he wants you to recognize his brilliance. He's very funny. Yeah, that's what all I'm getting.
Great.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you very much, Janet.
All right, Sally, are you ready to select the next person? You and I can read together.
Yes. I'm drawn to Melanie Feliciano. Melanie, would you like a reading tonight? You're muted.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So Melanie, tell us who you would like us to contact.
Okay, it's Mulaney. And
Okay.
yes, it's spelled like Mulaney. It's Mulaney. She's living, she's 7. Her name's Gardenia. And I would like her to tell me what she really needs so that she can calm down and not be angry. She gets so, well, you don't want me to tell you everything.
What kind of animal is Gardenia?
Oh, dog.
Female dog alive.
Yes. So your question
Alive.
is what does she need from you? Is
to calm down and relax. She's kind of high strung and gets angry.
so what is she looking for from you in
Yes,
order
that's good.
to feel?
How can I help her? I want to know how I can help her.
Okay.
So Sally, if you don't mind, I'm getting a couple of quick hits.
Oh,
The first thing that I see is an image that I see pretty frequently. It's these huge black boots, and all I can see are the boots, like shins down, black boots on the ground. And this in my toolbox represents to me grounding, stability. She's showing me an image, as I'm asking her about your personality, an image of a balloon attached just with a string. And she's saying, mom needs to focus on being grounded. I can help her when she's grounded. I need her to kind of pull some energy back in. It feels like you give a lot of energy out and don't often bring it back to yourself. And she's asking you to do that.
Okay,
Does that resonate with you?
oh yeah.
Okay.
Very
Sally, what you got?
Yes, so around that point, she is illustrating to you your own behavior in her behavior. So by mirroring you, she's communicating with you about how she perceives you. So to Meredith's point about the grounding, I think it's more than just grounding. I think it's a not it's kind of the way that you present yourself in terms of your own calmness. So if you were more relaxed, that energy from your relaxation would carry over to Gardenia. And she would, yes, she would like you to not be so anxious. You think that makes any sense?
Well, I'm not quite sure, because I'm a meditator. I'm pretty calm, but I've been through a huge life struggle with a terrible divorce and all that. So that could be part of that. I mean, that could be with the other lady saying, I give a lot out. I do. That's a problem. I need to bring it in. That makes more sense to me.
Okay.
Then to be calm.
Well, it's an anxiety, an energy surrounding anxiety that she's picking up. So calm may not be the right word,
Right.
but the energy that's coming off of you.
Okay.
Anxious energy. And whether that's from the past or whether stuff going on now, she's not being specific.
Right.
So I'm hearing the playground taunt, and it's not presented in a taunting way, but the I'm rubber, you're glue, it bounces off me and sticks to you. She's showing me that she pretty much just handles everything. You know, it bounces at her. She's demonstrating this behavior, but she doesn't retain it in her spirit. But that you may have a tendency to kind of hold on to things.
Oh yeah, I have that.
So and kind of shove them down, and it feels calm and it feels grounded and it feels all those things, but they're still kind of rattling around inside of you.
Right.
And she'd like to demonstrate for you to maybe not take things quite so personally and hold them quite so close to the chest.
Right.
Just let them bounce right off of you like you're rubber. Let the glue be somewhere else. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right, Sally, any final things that you're picking up with?
One more thing, and that is that she is not afraid to let out her emotions.
Oh, not at all. Oh God.
Many of us tend to be more reserved about our emotions.
Right. Oh no, she lets you know immediately when she's upset and doesn't want something.
Yes, but she wants you to be the same way. And not, as Meredith said, not hold on to stuff, because there's always stuff that affects us. But feel the emotion, let it out, and move on.
Okay. Well, okay, so now I can tell you what kind of dog she is. She's a Chihuahua.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense to me.
I have a bunch of them, but she's special.
Watch her closely. I've never met a Chihuahua that wasn't a little bit, like vibrating. They just vibrate.
She's losing some hair and stuff because she gets kind of nervous.
So the two of you can take some cues from each other and
Okay. I'm
um
gonna really watch that.
Mhm.
'Cause
absolutely.
maybe I'm fooling myself.
Yeah.
I'm so calm. Maybe I'm not. But I want to help her because she's, I want her to be happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Does that feel pretty complete to you, Sally?
Yes.
Melanie, do you feel
Thank
comfortable with
you.
that?
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing gardenia with us, little tiny thing.
My little
Um,
gardenia.
Yeah. Thanks. We'll try and get in a couple of more readings. Just so you know, this is your last call for raffle tickets. You still have, through the course of this reading, the opportunity to purchase raffle tickets. Karen has posted the link in the chat, so feel free to do that at the end of this reading that I'm going to do next with Paula. We will close the opportunity to purchase raffle tickets.
How do I'm not sure how to mute myself. Can you
I
mute
can
me?
do it. Hang on. There you go. Thank you, Melanie. All right, Paula, you ready?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
haven't read with you in a long time.
it has been a while.
It has been a while. Well, I am being drawn to Shanga. Is it Shanga? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
Awesome. Shanga, are you open to having a reading with Paula and me this evening?
Yes, thank you.
Great.
Awesome. So who have you got? What's your animal's name?
Esta.
E-S-T-A?
E-S-T-H-A. Yeah.
E-S-T-H-A. And what type of animal is Esta?
He's a cat, male in spirit.
Male cat in spirit. All right. That's a really interesting name. Does it have a particular meaning?
Yeah, it's from a book, The God of Small Things.
The God of Small Things. Gotcha. And what question would you like to ask of Esta?
Is it possible to ask a question after you do your first check-in, or do you want one right now?
Sure. If you're more comfortable with that, absolutely. All right, give us just a second to connect with Esta, male cat in spirit. Esta is immediately showing me very structural symbolic things like statues and sanctuaries and large buildings with big columns and strong rock formations, cairns it's all very stone, very balanced, very structural, very strong, but in sort of a ceremonious symbolic way, like the Rapa Nui, the big statues on Easter Island. Am I saying those correctly? Larger than life, very powerful, very long lasting, and used Stonehenge, used in some sort of powerful ceremony. Does any of that feel like his personality?
Yeah.
Or something he would want us to know? Okay, Paula, what you got?
Well, I had a cat walking in my room until you started talking about stones. And now I have a cat walking around Stonehenge and Easter Island, but Esta is not showing me strength in her, in him, right? Male?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. Because he's walking around really tentatively with, it's not quite fear, but it's concern for what's around him. It's like everything is so big. All these stones, and there's a discomfort with it and not at ease with all these stones because he's walking around doing this. And
I can agree with that, Paula. I see him almost tiptoeing, like it's dainty, and I can hear.
Let's be real quiet and not wake anybody up or not disturb anybody. Shanga, does this?
Go ahead.
Does any of what I said make sense?
I mean, I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
I guess my question is that he just transitioned 3 weeks ago. And I guess, yeah, my question is around on a spiritual level, like why was it this time that he chose to leave? Like what was it that about our journey on earth that completed? Because before he passed, I kept seeing I know that I'm entering a very different phase of my life, and I felt like we parted at that juncture, but I kept seeing him come with me before, and I kept seeing a new life for myself, and he was there, but we didn't choose that. So I'm just, yeah, curious about why was it now that he left?
All right, well, let me get back to him and see how that ties in with what he was showing me of concern.
Right. And I'll jump right in while Paula's connecting. There feels to be in him, and I see a cord between your hearts. So this feels like it's also in you, a very strong connection to ceremony and rite and ritual and structure. And we keep coming back to this kind of Stonehenge thing. There's I can see the druids, the whole circle of seasons and solstices and everything else, and the ceremony around that, and the Yule, the end of a season and the beginning of a new year. And that feels very significant. And especially to what you're saying, you're kind of starting a new cycle, and the old traditions like that really put a lot of emphasis, a lot of power in the closing of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. It's a circle, it's not death stops this and life begins here. It's the appreciation and the representation of the old traditions, to me, is what he keeps showing me with these structures and these stones and this, it's very druid-y. Druid-y? Is that even a thing? But
how about druidish?
Druidish.
All right. And Changa, you have joined Esther in Stonehenge right now, this walking around, and he's let me know that he's taking on what you're feeling. He's taking on this, I'm not sure. I'm concerned. I'm not afraid, but I'm concerned. And he's taking that on from you because you're following him, and he's the one that's doing all the what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you? Or do you need me to ask him more?
Yeah, I feel like it's maybe with the grief, I'm having a hard time just, moving on without him.
Well, give me another minute. Give me a half a minute.
I'm hearing the circle of life. Was that from the Lion King? That this is part of a cycle that we all sometimes struggle with. Like winter is a really hard time. How many people have seasonal affective disorder? And then spring comes and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened again. I knew it would, but I didn't completely trust it until I saw the daffodils start coming up. That there's something very cyclical and very symbolic in that if you can take that to heart, it might help you in going forward into this next stage of your life, knowing that he is still with you, even though he's not physically here in the body.
And he is definitely saying you are going to be fine. What he's saying is what you're going through right now is to be expected, is normal. It's what we would all feel in those circumstances, along with something new in your life. But he's almost got a paw going, don't worry, it's going to be okay. I've got this.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him just kind of almost like you'd reach over and pat him on the back or on the head or something and say, it's okay. It's okay, Esther. Well, he's doing it for you.
How does that feel to you, Shanga?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I actually call him my Lion King. I call him the Lion King all the time.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have anything final to add there, Paula? Do you feel?
No, I've given you all the information that I have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Shanga, thank you for sharing him with us, your little Lion King. I love that.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. And Paula, fun to read with you. Thanks.
It is fun to read with you. We always have fun.
We do have fun. Okay, we're closing raffle tickets. So this is we're closed. No more raffle tickets. Give Chris and Noelle time to pull them all together so we can draw them at the end. I think we have time for one more reading before we get to the kind of wrap up and the drawing of things. Heather, why don't you and Sally take this one away?
Right. Woohoo. Hey, Sally. Who's
Me.
gonna
You can pick, Heather.
Okay. I'm disorganized. I didn't know. I have to have structure. I actually, where are you? I saw you before. Oh, there we are. Karen with the white fluffy dog on the couch. Would you, either one of you, or would you guys like to get a reading? I've been watching that cute fluffy dog.
There you go. Yes, definitely. We have Nikki here and I have Baby over here.
Okay, so
Baby's the
which
one-
human are we talking to? You're Karen?
Well, actually, my name is Gail, but it's her computer, so it came on. as
Gail. Okay, so we're
Gail
talking to Gail.
Murphy, yeah.
And the animal you want to talk to, is it that dog or another animal?
No, it's the other one over here. It's Baby. I don't
Baby?
know if you could see part of her, yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Baby. Okay, so Baby, and you said her, so she's female.
Yes,
And it's a dog, I believe?
yes.
Okay. Gail, okay. And do you have a question for Baby?
Yes, Baby seems, she actually she was given away twice with her third owner.
Oh,
And she was given away because she barks too much.
Okay.
Throws up in the car, she gets car sick, throws up in the car, and she barks too much. And she attacks people.
So what's your question then?
I think she wants to add something. No. My question is, you can ask her if she can calm down why she's doing that.
Oh,
She barks, well, the little one barks, Nikki, and then she follows suit. But,
Okay.
It's all the
What
time.
can you-
I want to know if there's something that we can do to stop. I mean, we did talk to someone a little while ago, an animal, just like you're doing, a communicator. And, and they told us that, we told them to
Hold
let her
on,
know that.
wait, Gail, don't tell us that yet, okay? I'm
Okay.
gonna, because I don't want you to help us cheat, right? So why don't you wait to see what we have, or it might be just extra, added information, that'll be helpful, but definitely tell us afterwards though, okay?
Sure.
When we're done with our reading. So Sally, are you okay with that information and question?
Yes, I'm already receiving information, so is it okay if I just go? Okay. So the first thing I heard when you were describing a Baby was a quote, "I've got to be me," unquote. So she realizes, and she's also just said to me, "I have a voice." And that she's gotten into trouble for expressing herself. She would like to be in a situation in a home where she is accepted for who she is. And when she feels that that acceptance is there, she will calm down and will not feel the need to be as expressive as she's been with you. Heather?
I do agree with that. When I connected with baby, my whole body was like vibrating,
Yeah.
buzzing. Don't know what that means, but I definitely felt complete agreement with Sally. It's almost like she has all of these problems. The download I got is like she has these behavioral problems, right? And it's like it triggers people, and there's some worrying for you, Gail. You're worried, you have the story behind it. She's lost several homes. There's this behaviors, and there's a lot of baggage to her, the old story and the worrying about her. So it's kind of like yeah, let's say like I spill a glass of milk. It's just a glass of spilled milk. But if you put a story behind it, oh my gosh, you spilled the milk. Grandma's gonna kill you. You just ruined our stuff. Oh my God, it's like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, Gail, but I'm using that as a complete, I'm giving you the separate story because what I'm seeing is, if what Sally said, she's got to be her, but also the more you're relaxed when these things happen, you don't have to worry. When she's being naughty, there's no need to actually worry about it, and there's no need to even reference her past about it. Just like, oh, you're doing this behavior, do whatever it is you do training wise to correct it. But like really check in with yourself, like, that's the past. Those are other homes. This is an old story. We're gonna throw it out and only see like what is happening right now. And I actually personally have that problem. I get anxious and I worry with my animals, minor rescues as well. And I purposely don't actually do readings with my animals about their past, because I try to just like not care about it unless it becomes something important, can help. So it's almost like be in a bubble. I see this bubble. Okay, baby, you're barking a lot. Just very compartmentalizing, just this is happening. Now we do this step and this step, almost robotically, like, just, I don't know how you would do that. Don't feel sorry for her, but also like, you don't have to be angry with her. Of course, I'm not asking you guys to do that, but really, yeah, don't attach to that old story. It's kind of, she is who she is. The more you just like let her be her, but also, deal with these things one thing at a time, just really calmly. Does that make sense to you at all, Gail?
Well, the only thing is, I would say that, first of all, she never gets in trouble. The barking, she does get yelled at for barking, and we do tell her to stop, and the attacking people. I mean, of course, she can't do that. And when she greets people on a good basis, we give her treats and stuff. So I think she's maybe starting to understand that. But, just to add to that, I wasn't going to say what the communicator, so much told us, but what we wanted to tell her. We wanted to tell her that this is her final home. She's never going anywhere from here, no matter what she does. And that she's not a pair of shoes. She's not going to get just taken back or given away or anything else. That she's ours and we love her. And, we just wish she would stop barking because it's annoying.
So Gail, I feel very strongly that you need to spend more time talking to her just about her actions. So when she's barking, instead of saying, be quiet or that's enough, you can say to her, what has set you off? So have a conversation with her. What's going on that you're barking? And look into her eyes. And because they understand so much more than we give them credit for. And I think in your case that you actually communicating with her in this way will bring about her acceptance that you're accepting her. And I also think it's important for you to tell her that this is her final home and that you love her and you appreciate her. And all of those things that you've said to us, you need to be saying to her, and over and over and over again. Let her know that you just accept her for the way she is. Now, in terms of attacking people, I feel that there's fear there behind the attacks.
She did that though when we got her.
Huh?
She never attacked people when we got her. She was a barker a lot, but she never attacked people.
Okay,
And
so I just want to ask her quickly what that's about. See whether we can get an answer.
Yeah, and while Sally's doing that, I do want to reiterate that what Sally did say. They hear everything you say. They know how you feel, even if you don't know how you feel. So you can't, she knows already how you feel and what your purpose of keeping her. She knows all that, and so exactly what Sally said, just keep saying that and then convey that emotion. But the little steps, the little tiny compartmentalizing, like, you doing this training with her, it's really great. And, just try to stay as calm as you can while you're doing it. She's not, how do I say this? Like, you're not gonna abuse her. You're not gonna hurt her feelings. She's intelligent. She can take training techniques. She's very intelligent. And
oh, I know that because she knows if I get mad at her, she knows it in a second and she does a belly crawl to come to me because she knows that I laugh and I pick her up and, so she knows, and she stares into my eyes also. So it's almost like I can look into her soul, and I know that she loves us and we love her. I just wish the licking, the constant licking and barking stop.
When I asked her, we're running out of time, so I just want to say this quickly, and that is when I asked her about what the attacking people is about, she responded that it's a territorial thing, that she just wants, this is her home, her territory. She doesn't want it invaded. And so my suggestion about that is just to reassure her that it's okay that these people have come in to your space and to her space, and it's not going to mean anything negative for her. So just instead of yelling at her, you can just reassure her that everything is okay and these are friends.
Yeah. See, like right now, she's barking at nothing. There's no one here, there's no one coming or anything. But her and then the little one starts, the one that was sitting here, she starts and she doesn't get in trouble for it, but you know, I understand you have to go. So you've given me some insight into things and you know, as I said, I don't know how much more love I could give her because she has it all.
Oh no, she definitely knows she's loved. I mean, I don't want to be, you know, she knows, let's just say she knows she's loved. And there might be a tiny bit, I'll be honest, there might be a tiny smidge of, she kind of has your number a little bit. I didn't want to say that, but you know.
A lot of that, I'm sure.
That's why I was saying, like, you know, leave the baggage, the old story behind, and like, you know, do the training techniques. It's not hurtful, it's not punishment. It's just teaching, you know, this is, you know, and you'll work it out and you'll be happy no matter what. So, all righty. I think we need to get to business.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gail.
Awesome. Thank y'all. And thank you to everyone who was open to having a reading tonight. It can be a little emotional. It can be a vulnerable spot to be in. But it's wonderful. And we appreciate all of you stepping forward and allowing us to do that for you. I guess at this point, it's time for us to wrap up and hand it back to Chris for the drum roll, the drawing of all of our raffle winners before we get out of here this evening. You ready, Chris?
Yeah, I got my bowl. I've got a
All
hat
right.
for the other one. All right, so we'll do the 6 readings first, and then I have an actual hat for the meet and greet. So just gonna make sure that we're going old school. We've got actual paper in here, so just gonna mix them up real good. All right, our
And
first winner.
I'm sorry, Chris. You're going to draw the names and then you'll reach out to the people later and tell them who they're going to be paired with?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Evelyn Lebrano is winner number 1. All right, we'll get another one in here. I'll like look away. There we go. Rowena Bucklow is our second winner. Let's see here, number 3. Oh, I got 2 stuck together. Christine Alster is winner number 3. Winner number 4. Deborah Jacks, winner number 4. Number 5. Laura Luciano. And then number 6, last one. Evelyn again. Evelyn, lucky 2. So yes, so we'll reach out to you afterwards. Our 6 lucky winners, well, 5 times 2. And then for our meet and greet, it's a hat. I couldn't find 2 hats, so I don't know what that says about me, but all right. And the winner of our meet and greet is Kathleen Delaney. So congratulations, everybody. Those are our lucky raffle winners. And the ACC has very generously offered to donate 15% of any readings booked by April 30th to the Wildlife Rescue Center, which is really amazing. We're really grateful. So if you do want to book a reading, that will also help us out as well. You can find out more about the ACC at animalcommunicationcollective.com. Definitely check them out. They've been really fantastic. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sharing your critters with us and sharing this time with us. It's been really, really great.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. My colleagues and I are thrilled to be here. Loved working with Chris and Noelle and this phenomenal organization. And thank you all for purchasing tickets. Thank you, Noelle.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Been amazing to work with. Definitely check them out, guys. They're just a great group of ladies. They're really dedicated and amazing to work with. I already knew Jody was amazing to work with because she was a little bit she didn't say the full extent of her volunteer work. She also volunteers at our events, our fundraising events, and does an amazing job with that. So anyway, thank you everyone for supporting this fundraiser. It really means a lot to us and to the animals.
And I just want to say goodbye, everybody. Appreciate it. It was fun being your Zoom tech person this evening. I've put a whole bunch of stuff in the chat for you. So if you want to copy and paste anything out of there or click on any links, that's a lot of our contact information and links to the ACC site. And if you know of another rescue that needs help, we're here for them as well. And we hope we will be back again soon for the Wildlife Rescue Center. We loved working with you guys. Thank you, Noelle. It was
Thank
wonderful to
you.
collaborate.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
reading.
Chris.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Everybody.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Meredith.